I never seen a high-ranking Hispanic official say black bodies. Their first thing is always brown bodies.
Brown. Yeah.
Now, I see every black person who makes at least $70,000 always say black and brown. I never seen a black person behind or in a truck with a group of Latinos going to work. I only see them hire themselves. I never seen went to a black restaurant and seen a Hispanic or Mexican person in a black restaurant. I never seen, what else have I never seen?
I think I actually have an interesting thought here. I think there is validity in what you're saying, and I think that's because there's anti-blackness in every community. So it's like, even though, okay, I'm gonna start from somewhere that may sound somewhat unrelated, but I think when we get closer, you'll see it.
We the blueprint.
Exactly, and I think it's because we are the blueprint, and because the second black people are free, everyone is, because we are the most quote-unquote vulnerable in the United States.
But if you was to ask white people, we're superior in everything that we have in our bodies.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna just start, and I think it'll make sense.
They want our livers, they want our hearts, they want our eyes, they want our knees.
They do.
Our feet.
But it's for that reason
hair.
that we're so vulnerable. But going from the start, I think we as black people are kind of like the blueprint, not even in quotation marks, the blueprint for all American liberation. And because of that, even those who are oppressed in this country as well, they are still taught to hate black people. So
who's oppressed in this country?
Who's oppressed in this country? That's a whole nother conversation. I think if I started, I wouldn't finish this point.
Just name a group. Just name the ethnic group you're talking about.
Well, right now, the same situation that I'm using right now, I'll go with Mexicans. Brown people are also, what's it called, oppressed in this country. So because they are oppressed in this country, naturally they are going to be our allies because our liberation goes together. However, because they are also taught anti-blackness because they live in this country, they are also
Whoa.
Yeah.
Now, if you go down to Central America, the Caribbean, South America, you see propaganda of black people with big lips.
That's true. There's also anti-blackness there, you're right. I won't say in this country. Because they're taught anti-blackness, because anti-blackness is taught everywhere, they are also, like, it is embedded in that community. So I think there is simultaneously problems of anti-blackness within the Mexican community, but there is also allyship that happens there. And we see that throughout history through escaped, enslaved African Americans going into Mexico. And I wish I had my facts straight for this conversation, but I do remember like just numerous different movements of Mexicans and African Americans together. So I think there's simultaneously allyship there, but anti-blackness that's been taught. And I think allyship is honestly the only way we're gonna move forward as an entire, like as oppressed peoples as a whole. However, in order to move forward in that way, that anti-blackness does need to get addressed.
I got a crazy question.
Yes.
How y'all feel about segregation?
I like this conversation.
Segregation?
Do y'all feel like we would have been cool as segregated if we had the same as they had, like, you know, same quality of everything between us both?
I think segregation was a gift or a curse for black people. During segregation, it forced black people to work together. So you had to work with other black people, school, shopping, cooks, because you couldn't get some of that stuff from the white dominant society. Now, the worst part of segregation is once the laws passed around in the 60s, well, it passed in the 50s, but it came to fruition around in the 60s, black people quit practicing group economics and say, man, I want to get me a white man's hamburger because they got the best hamburgers.
Yeah.
I want to go to a white man's theater because they got the best actors, which they don't. I want to do this. I want to do this. I wanted to be in the baseball. I want to be baseball. Yeah. Forget the Negro Leagues, even though the Negro Leagues had better athletes. The Heart of Gold Charters during that time was better than the NBA athletes. So segregation was a gift or the curse. And we still segregated now. We just don't know it. It's called zip codes. Like this river, I think there's a lot of gentrification across this river, correct?
From my knowledge, I haven't seen just because I don't go in the area. But
Right
from
now,
my knowledge,
yes, 100%. The National Stadium and all that, yes.
But if you go down here, maybe 3
No,
years ago.
Pause. There is they're building a whole thing in front of the project right now. So shootings going on and all that. Projects right there, brand new, nice ass buildings right in front of it.
Well, the projects won't be there for long.
But you think, what I tell you?
Yeah, it won't be there for long.
Very foreign, what I tell you. And kick them right out. As soon as they figure out what the fuck they want to do with it. Basically.
I like segregation was the gift of the curse. Now the